Okay. Did I talk to everyone? Yeah. Okay. I needed to... That's it? I thought I had more money. I don't know how long the audio's been off. Oh, just an hour and a half. Well, back to voiceovers, I guess. Although, someone did tell me that the last video I did like this was much more entertaining, and it does make for a shorter video, so I'll try to do it this way from now on. So, this session my goal was to go to the Underdark, but I had a few things I needed to handle first. I followed a tutorial to respec Astarion as a dual-class rogue fighter, and I honestly don't remember why. That's what happens when you procrastinate editing videos for nearly 4 months. Next, I googled to see what I was missing with the Necromancy of Fae book, and found out I just needed to end the day to get the next cutscene. So I did that.
Come on. What are you hiding? Can you summon the dead? Bring them back? Can you shut up and let me read? No, I won't kill them. Well, maybe, Gale. I can't. I won't. No, stop! Let me go! Hello. A unique read, certainly. A tome of necromancy guarded by spirits. I almost reached the end before they drove me out. And drove me all but mad. Now, every time I open it, the voices surge back into my mind. I can't reason with them. They exist to protect that book. I don't know. That's the point. The secret. Someone went through a lot of trouble to protect this tome. It has to be something more than a book of cantrips. Still, I doubt this will help us with our parascience. Maybe it's better to put it aside for now. It's a book of necromancy, full of secrets about controlling the dead, returning the dead to life, and who knows what else. Whatever's in here, it might give me an edge over my old master, Cazador. Or free me from him entirely. Although I can't make any progress as long as those spirits remember their mission. It seems to be all they know. Still, if nothing else, maybe I can beat Cazador to death with it.
I saw that Gale supposedly wanted to have a chat.
Don't let me drag you away. Enjoy yourself. You've earned a night of revelry.
But I don't think I got the dialogue I was meant to. And last for the night, I talked to Howson for a while to get to know him a bit better.
Wonderfully. If I'm honest, the grove was too comfortable for my tastes. I felt removed from nature. I'll miss my books, but I can find all the wisdom they contain out here, firsthand. I'm sure something will come to me, given time. I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say. It's had the whole region around Moonrise Towers in a chokehold of darkness and despair for years now. Those who remained are shadow-cursed. If you don't die at their hands, then you become one of them. We have to get to Moonrise, but the less time we spend in its blighted surrounds, the better. Precious little. But I'm quite certain it can still be found. Those illithid creatures threaten the natural order. It's my duty to do what I can to stop them. There's also the Shadow Curse. It's an affront and must be cleansed. I helped overthrow Ketheric Thormund his Dark Justiciars years ago, but I failed to prevent him from unleashing darkness across the region. before he was defeated. If I can join you and get close to Moonrise, perhaps I can lift this curse, just as you find a cure for your infection. Perhaps. But we'll need to get closer before I can put my theory into practice. Put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then there will be more to be said. Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source. Precisely. Then perhaps I could have done something about both the Shadow Curse and Ceremorphosis aberrations. But in my eagerness, I put far too much faith in the abilities of Aradin and his band. We didn't even get close. There are few things that are too strong for me. And cast those regrets aside. You did not get caught up in the moment. You seized it. In other circumstances, I would have done the same. Perhaps. But best to not dwell on nights past. There are plenty more yet to come.
After a good night's rest, I immediately headed to the Selûnite outpost fast travel I had unlocked previously, and, of course, proceeded to loot absolutely everything in sight. I couldn't figure out how to turn off the
Deadly laser.
So instead, I brute forced my way through it.
Let's move.
Next, my party and I got roofied by the air and started hearing voices.
More are coming.
Who? What in the hells are you?
They're coming. They're coming.
You can listen all you want, but it can get the hells out of my head.
They're coming. You're coming.
And nearby, I found a neat sword and pulled it from its stone.
A slender drow blade impales the stone before you, keeping a silent vigil. This blade was a warrior's sacrifice to Elis Stray. Blood can only be honored with blood. The drow script inscribed on the blade flickers and glows. It rises from the stone, hanging in the air in silent offering.
We kept moving forward until we stumbled upon the Myconid village. Gotta love that quick save out of fear.
You are swallowed by a chorus of turbulent music. Through one creature sing many voices, the harmony of an entire collective.
Sovereign, they have come. They are here.
The choir fades. A single melody rises above the others, brassy and commanding.
I am sovereign.
You see a vision. Your lifeless body wrapped in fungal tendrils. The Sovereign is threatening you.
State your purpose.
Fungal roots weave through your mind, seeking your true intent. Then the Sovereign drones a new melody, cautious but welcoming.
Descend to me. Let us speak in flesh.
The persistent music coaxes you forward. The Sovereign expects you.
Well, let's not keep the man waiting. Or mushroom waiting? Whatever. Actually, I did keep him waiting because I ended up coming across this merchant first, and then just completely forgot.
Ah, a visitor. You're a welcome sight. But let us observe the customs of the locals.
The scholar's brow tenses. His voice spills into your skull, the spores connecting mind to mind.
Blurg, proud member of the Society of Brilliance, at your service. Or perhaps not. Your mind is far more complex than that of the fungi. Understandable. We are small in number and rarely stay in one place for long. My colleagues and I are working to improve conditions in the Underdark. This need not be such a dire, hostile place. Our kind has suffered needlessly for generations. Do you also seek peace among the Myconids? I know the feeling well. What has driven you from home? You were infected by an illithid tadpole? It's a miracle you're still intact. You must be worried sick, but have no fear. I have a friend who may be able to assist. Omelium!
I hope this is important, Blurg. My Zerkwood samples need constant attention.
It is. This adventurer has an illithid tadpole inside their head, but they haven't turned.
No ceremorphosis? That's impossible, but intriguing. Are you looking to have it extracted?
I think it's safe to say I was a little taken aback by this.
I have broken free from the Elder Brain's yoke. I no longer serve the grand design. I ask that you refrain from violence, while I respect that your opinion of my kind may not change. A collective quest to eliminate the Gith and enslave all other humanoids.
Okay, I know this is random and it really doesn't matter this much, but it has always bothered me in sci-fi and fantasy when people that are not human say humanoids. Like, especially in this context, when I'm pretty sure other beings before humans existed. Like, elves, I think, are the oldest, so why not say, like, elfnoid or elf-like? Or hell, even just beings. They want to eliminate the Gith and enslave all other beings. Or bipeds, if you're only thinking about things with two legs. It's weird. It's weird to me that we use humanoid. I'm sure you can argue, oh, but that's just the word in English. But in D&D, they're speaking common. And I know, okay, it doesn't matter. And I'll stop now.
If that settles matters for the time being, would you like a diagnosis? Open your mind to me. Let us see what lurks within.
As the Meloam's mind pierces yours, the tadpole pulses with power. It feels 10 times its size, alive, awake, almost smug.
This is most unusual. The incubation period should be complete, as should your transformation. But the larva is infused with strange magic. It appears to be in some form of stasis. No, it appears to be shielded from physical and magical influence. And even without the shield, the extraction would involve severe cranial trauma. It is not ideal. The process would surely kill you. But not to worry. Should you transform, I will happily perform a new examination. A nautiloid? Fascinating. I have never set foot on one myself. They were our warships during the greatest eras of the Illithid Empire. We ruled the entire astral plane from their decks. The design was lost when the Gith rebelled and ended our dominion. Of course, I am sorry I cannot assist you in its removal. But I have an idea.
Oh, perhaps I should start taking notes.
There may be a way to bypass that stasis. There are many alchemical substances that can influence the mind. I do not intend to shatter its protection. I need only bypass the interference that prevents me from communicating with the lava. A tincture distilled from a collection of rare mushrooms. They have subtle psionic influence. I would require a fresh ton of madness and Timosk spores. But be warned, in their natural state, both of these mushrooms can be quite dangerous. Timusks cause confusion in those that approach them. The tongue is self-explanatory.
The Underdark, of course, although they are quite rare, and their discovery perilous. I imagine Lenore would have them in her possession. She served Mistra as a cleric. The Southwest, when I last saw her, although her tower does have a tendency to move.
May your travels be safe and swift.
My camera died because of course it did, but I continued to explore anyway, and came across a woman attempting to file a missing persons report.
Balin, where are you? A drow. Play nice, or these shrooms will be on you in a flash. Now, doubt you'd care to notice, but you didn't see a dwarf on your travels, did you? Balin's his name. Bald, blue tunic, dumb as a stick. Right, never mind. Knock yourself out, but don't come begging for coin if you find him. You try to ransom him to me, you'll find yourself skint and stuck with a fat old lout.
Balin's supposed location was close by, so I decided to head over there to take a look before going down to the Arcane Tower. I found him in quite the predicament, and carefully started to tiptoe towards him.
Breathe quiet. Move with care. Stop! Stop! Bibba-bang!
He's indeed surrounded by Bibba-bang. The spores of those mushrooms are both toxic and flammable.
I know that! Scroll! Escape! My bag, please! I've dropped it somewhere! Thank you, thank you!
wounds are too much to bear.
I suppose I didn't tiptoe careful enough. I reloaded to save because losing Balin like that was just unacceptable, and here is where I finally realized that my camera and mic had been off this whole time. My idea. I don't know if I can throw it far enough, but I thought about throwing water over by that torch so that it won't cause fire fumes. Taking poison resist. I only have one poison resist. That's unfortunate.
Oh! Why didn't I think of that?
So now that's out. Oh, there's the backpack. The backpack looked too close to the Bibberbang to grab without setting them off, so instead I teleported to Balin. I threw a health potion down because he was almost dead and I could use some health myself, then a potion of poison resistance. Unfortunately, that did not apply to both of us like the health did, but I didn't need it after all. Now that I was at this angle, I saw there was room by the backpack, so I teleported over, then back over to Balin. I got your bag.
My pack! Please!
Yep. Yes. Here is your bag.
Yes! That's it!
There you go.
Thank! God. I can finally breathe.
Now let's get the fuck out of here, please.
Ah, right, what were you saying?
You're so dumb.
Fine. My mind. Not what it used to be. I need to go. For you. Your trouble. Ta.
Bro, are you good? He most certainly is not good, but with him at least rescued, I'll leave it there for now. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.